I'll tell you what, Cole. Definitely worse places.
Doesn't get much better, does it really?
No,
Wednesday, is it Wednesday? I don't know what day it is.
I have absolutely no idea, but this is Jack's Ridge.
It is Jack's Ridge. Yeah.
I mean, I can't, we've seen a lot of spectator stages. Is there a better one?
I don't think there is. I genuinely don't think there is.
I'm going to have my sandwich, but actually it's more important to talk about this stage. Who in the world would make a stage like this? Literally, they've just cut roads out, jumps, and...
It's an astonishing effort. I don't know.
Who's this lunatic? Who's
interrupting our picnic? It's
sandwich. Why have a sandwich? Very good, yeah. Very good sandwiches. Definitely come to New Zealand. Well, I'd like to continue the interview, Colin, but some lunatic has parked behind us. Think we should go and see who it is?
I do think we should, David.
And then we'll carry on talking about this brilliant bit of road.
And eating our sandwiches. Here, off my land. I can't say that, can I? Andrew, thank you very much. This is your land.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
This is your domain.
Yeah.
This is Jack's Ridge.
No, it is, yeah.
Come and have a seat, because before you flew in and interrupted there, and we've got rid of David, we were sitting enjoying a sandwich and taking in the absolute splendour that is Jack's Ridge. Now, Jack is obviously your granddad and your son.
Correct.
But this is you, isn't it? This Jack's Ridge.
Yeah.
It's the most amazing project.
It's been a lot of fun, yeah. A lot of work, a lot of fun.
We were debating about whether it was the best spectator stage in the world. We've decided.
Oh, really?
We decided it is the best spectator stage in the world, and we haven't even seen a car on it yet.
Well, that's a pretty big call, Colin. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that.
So tell us a wee bit about how you came up with this car. I can't believe we're sitting here. We've got the Sky Tower way up there. We've got what would you call that coast? That's not quite the Coromandel, is it? The Coromandel's a bit further south.
Correct. Yeah, that's the Hauraki Gulf. You got Rangitoto Island over there, and
just
Waiheke.
Stunning. I mean, it could be anywhere in New Zealand, and we're how many kilometres from the centre of the continent?
20 kilometres.
Wow, that's just extraordinary. It's quite extraordinary. Tell me about this concept and the plan, because it has been a few years in the making, and there have been one or two false starts, haven't there?
When they originally started talking about running the WRC back in New Zealand, they needed to have a day that was in the Auckland area, and they're being so close to the city, the amount of gravel roads that are left in this area now are pretty limited. So we obviously had this farm here, and we had a few pieces of road here. And one day I just put the odometer on my car and drove around and checked a few of the pieces of road that we had in it. And before too long, I'd come up with 6 kilometres. So it was.
And do you know what's quite astonishing, Andrew, is there's a little bit of everything in here. There's some really good speed. I think we counted 4 or 5 really challenging and quite entertaining jumps. Some wonderful hairpins, some long flowing corners. To have all that in almost naturally 6 kilometres, I know you've had to create a fair bit of it, but the design process, it's something that's come because of what's there, but also because of your vision about what was needed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I basically just built what I knew that I'd want to drive on. I know what I want to watch, and I know what I want to drive on, and this is pretty much what I've done. Big cambered corners. I love doing jumps. I went to Finland a few years ago and watched there, and just loved it. So it's pretty much everything that I've seen around the world. I managed to sort of just put bits and pieces everywhere.
So there is one jump in particular in the middle of the complex, if you like, and you went out a couple of mornings ago, and what did you go out in?
I actually drove Jack's car because it needed some testing Ks on it, so I drove that, and I did a jump, and it was, we were probably only a metre off the ground, and I was like, man, people aren't, I don't want to watch that. So yeah, we got back in there and put about another 100 tonnes of rock in it, and raised it up now. So. And
that was only a few days ago.
It was Saturday morning.
And what do you reckon they're going to get over that jump? I reckon it's a good few metres.
Oh yeah, I think you'll be a good 2 or 3 metres, and we're hoping for about a 40 metre span. Yeah.
So we're going to have a kind of, in Finland we've got Colin's Crest, and we have various measured jumps around the world, don't we?
Yeah.
Are we going to have a similar sort of competition to see who flies the farthest here?
Yeah, they'll put the meter boards out, and it'll be great.
We're sitting in this spot, and I could sit here all day and just watch what's going on. But on Sunday, this is where I want to be. Because what can we see here? We can see maybe a couple of kilometres with so many bends, so many jumps. And the atmosphere is going to be a bit special, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Last time when we run the rally sprint here, it was electric. You know, it was very, very exciting. It came right down to the wire, and you know, to see these world cars driving around this it's going to be something else.
So your property is just your house, your home, family home is just over.
Yeah, just over a couple
of
of ridges over. Yeah,
just over there, and you're going to wake up at home on Sunday morning. That's going to be a special morning for you, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
Anticipation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, to have you know, the best guys in the world coming to your house, it's yeah, it is.
Do you not get the kind of urge to maybe just put in a wee last minute entry yourself? Just have a little go. Maybe course car, zero car.
Yeah.
Who's driving the zero car?
I don't know, maybe me.
But you actually haven't driven this whole thing yet, have you, Andrew?
No.
You've designed it, you've built it, you've overseen the jumps, all that, but you've never driven, not competitive, but at pace, you've never driven the whole stage.
Not the entire stage. I've driven sections of it. You know, we always have trouble with, you know, we've just the safety side of it and trying to shut it off to outside people, and taking care of safety is the biggest thing. So
it'll still be pretty much closed on Monday morning. Do you think you might be tempted just in the wee small hours just to get up and make a bit of noise?
Well, hopefully if Jack's car's still in one piece. I've got 4 cars that we've entered the event, so hopefully one of them will still be. That's a great idea.
How many people are you expecting here then on Sunday afternoon?
About 13,000. They've sold 12,500 tickets, and there's about 500 odd officials. And
that's incredible, isn't
yeah,
it? That's
yeah.
really incredible. But as you say, it's for me, it's what sells motorsport. It's what sells rallying.
Yeah.
You know, it's proper rallying. You're going to see proper skills here, proper entertainment, in a great atmosphere, and so accessible.
Yeah.
So accessible to the suburbs of Auckland.
Yeah, I know it was a pretty tough, you know, to be able to find this size property so close to a major city, with the resources that we had available, and you know the local quarry and the recycled material that we've used on these roads, trying to get all those ducks in a row, it was pretty special.
Because we often see, you know, we see stages where they've created sections through what were maybe tracks or maybe trails or whatever. They've created sections, and they take a grader to it, they take a blade to it, and they cut it through, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's not what you've done here.
No.
You've actually properly created the base as best you can, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been to all those sorts of things before, and I knew exactly what we needed to do. Luckily, we built a few roads, so yeah, it was a big job, but I'm really happy with it.
See this jump over here? This is I think it's I know the big one. I know the big one is probably your favourite. And what are we going to call that? Has it got a name, the big jump?
Oh, what do they call it? A mega jump last time. It was the Auckland Transport mega jump. Yeah.
You've got to call it something else.
Well, we'll come up with something.
You've got to come up with a good name for
No,
it. Maybe that's a competition before the event starts. But this jump here, this kind of off angle, off camber jump.
Yeah.
Just, we can see this truck coming across.
Yeah.
It's coming across the jump the wrong way.
Yeah.
But that's going to be enormously interesting with that corner afterwards. Cars getting all sorts of interesting angles over there.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was trying to achieve. I mean, it's just the elevation changes, and you know, upsetting the cars is the biggest thing. So they actually create the angles. You know, that's what I want to see, and you know, I'm hoping that's what everyone wants to see.
And it's challenging for the drivers, isn't it? You know, and we're going to see a little bit of I think, not strategic driving, but they are going to have to think about this stage a lot. You know, they'll have obviously done the recce by now.
Yeah.
They'll have the recce videos. But there'll be a fair amount of debate going on between drivers, co-drivers and teams about some of these corners, about some of these jumps, just how quickly you can take them. Because what we know is if you're, you know, 50 centimetres the wrong way, if you're 5 or 10 kilometres the wrong side of the maximum speed, it can be quite spectacular.
Yeah.
Andrew, this is very much a working environment. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of heavy equipment. Just tell me what it is. It's your business, isn't it? But tell me a little bit about that and a little bit about the plans for this area.
Well, this property, especially this area here, is run as a clean fill, which is basically just dirt and clay and rock that comes from the city, from the Auckland city, and they bring it out here and dispose of it. And then we utilise it to build these roads. A lot of the road was actually built out of recycled concrete and rock that's come off certain jobs in the city. The central rail link, there was a lot of rock that came out of here that we've utilised in this road. So yeah, it's been pretty exciting.
Recycling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Environmentally, it's the right thing to do as well. So
it's got to do something with it, and yeah.
So that's why we're seeing so much of this the equipment here. It's an ongoing process, isn't it?
Yeah, it runs 6 days a week.
Andrew, I have to say it's been fascinating, and you know, and I could sit here all day. but it's picnic time and you've interrupted. I'm really sorry, but you're going to have to go because that is the boss's seat.
Right.
David Evans' seat. And he's going to get upset if he doesn't get his sandwich and his coffee, his lunchtime coffee. You're going to have to go. I'm really sorry.
I was hoping for a sandwich, Colin, but anyway. I'll go. It's okay.
They only gave us 2 sandwiches. You can't have one. You really can't. One's mine, one's David's. Andrew, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait to be. Are you going to reserve these seats for me Sunday morning?
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to put a
square
square
in.
in.
Director, just put DirtFish, Voice of Rally on the both, and that'll be fine, right?
Done.
Wonderful, thank you. All the best on Sunday, Andrew. Might call in for a wee coffee at the farmhouse.
No problem.
Lovely.
See
You're
you then.
top man.
Bye-bye.
Shall we get back to the picnic now?
Once the noisy boy leaves the scene, that would be good, wouldn't it? It's normally
mate.
me that's the noisy boy, David.
You're always a noisy boy. Someplace, Cole.
Oh,
Isn't it?
do you know what? Seeing it on the ground is fantastic. Seeing it from the air just gives you that extra little bit of appreciation.
You know, the thing that's got me here is that the topography of the place lends
I
itself.
love that word. That's a geography degree word. But you're quite right, the topography.
It is that though, isn't it? Because you know, you can cut a road out anywhere you want.
Yeah.
But here they've got the undulations. And,
Yeah,
you know,
they do.
There's so many. Watch out on Sunday for these banked corners where the cars are going to be coming sideways through the corner in a bank. It's just
So much of it looks so natural.
well,
That's
but
what
it
gets
is,
me.
Cole, that's the
I guess
point,
that's what it is.
isn't it?
I
You know,
guess so.
Everything around here is completely
I guess so.
natural.
I guess
And,
so.
You know, we talked a lot. Greece was, you know, a great occasion. 64,000 people came
Wonderful
to see a fantastic atmosphere.
Yeah.
But in terms of putting something on for spectators, this trumps anything. You know, we've got Sweet Lamb, we've had pro racing in Argentina. Nothing beats this.
20 kilometres, 13 miles from the centre of one of the world's great cities. And you have this. This is how you sell rallying.
Yeah,
Now
come
we
on.
have to discuss the helicopter for a second, because I very much threw it back to you.
You weren't keen, were you? You weren't. Super
I was a
keen. It was-
little nervous, so we went up in the helicopter, and within 30 seconds it bounced. Did you
Did it?
feel that? Oh my
No.
goodness! It bounced, and there was a different tone, and there was a kind of vibration.
It's
and I
that
thought,
noise
I
in
want
the
down.
rotor, isn't it?
I want down. And then, shall I take you for a little look at the service park? I think that's a long way up there. It's a long way
But
back.
it's nowhere's a long
David,
way in a
that's your
helicopter.
shout, David.
It was amazing. Andrew Hawkeswood, we can't thank him enough. I mean, the guy's a legend. isn't he?
I'm liking him more and more.
But you know, we talked earlier, he had that piece of paper, plain white piece of paper, and just said, yeah, I'll go over here, put a jump in here, that jump. That's what he was saying, you know? He drove over the big jump himself, and he was like, you only got a metre off the ground, that's not enough. These people have paid good money. So let's bring 100 ton of rock in and make it bigger. It's nuts.
It is.
You know, I'm sure, you know, perhaps in your youth, Cole, I certainly did. You know, when I was buried in double maths somewhere, I would actually sit in the back of my maths book and just draw out the perfect, probably was more of a Formula 1 circuit, because that lent itself more to drawing a circuit. But you know, this guy's done it all himself here.
He's very much a kind of get-go sort of guy as well, isn't he? It's kind of, well, if it needs doing, just do it.
Do it. Just
You
get
know,
on with it.
Yeah.
But no, genuinely, you know, you said that you could sit here all day, looking out over there. It is absolutely
Stunning.
the most beautiful part of the world. It's
It really
fabulous.
is. So we're going to go and look at the stage.
I'll drive you, Cole.
Oh dear.
Watch and learn.
Does that mean I have to navigate? I'm
yeah.
better at navigating than he is. Struggles with his left and his right. That's an issue when you're a navigator. Let's go, Davey.
Let's go.